Hey everybody, it's Steph from the Hot Moving Podcast, and we are, a little over a week away from the official tip-off of the 2024-2025 NBA season. I'm excited. As football seasons, we're getting midway, heating up. We're going to be having NBA action soon, and look, man, 76ers are one of the biggest storylines going into next season. Obviously, with the huge acquisition of Paul George to go along with Tyrese Maxey. We're going to look at the roster a little bit. But, on paper and based on how they started the season last year and where they finished at the end of last year in the postseason, I believe losing to the Knicks. They're a championship or bust type of team. At bare minimum, they need to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. We have that, but there's always going to be a team that will upset the apple cart and come out of nowhere in the East to ruin the party. And look, even getting Paul George, as huge as that was for the Sixers to get, Joel Embiid's health is the biggest question mark I think we all know going into next season. And Joel Embiid is saying that he's not going to play probably back-to-back games. Okay, now Joel Embiid, I take it as a guy that wants to play and everything like that and doesn't try to milk injuries a la Kawhi Leonard. The last time a player, and speaking of Kawhi Leonard, can this not playing back-to-back work for Joel Embiid the rest of his career? Clearly for Kawhi Leonard, look, the 1 year when he didn't do back-to-backs in 2019 season, he ended up winning the championship. But people forget that towards the end of that finals, late game, if you go back and watch, Kawhi was breaking down. Kawhi was breaking down because, he was playing a lot of games, playing every other day in that playoff run. And it seemed like back-to-backs ultimately really didn't work, honestly. Back-to-backs is like self-preservation, but how much does that really work? You know what I'm saying? Back-to-back in terms of not recovery or health, but it's more so of, you avoid getting injured every other game, basically, right? You're just delaying the inevitable. And look, we all know that Joel Embiid, before he got injured last year, he was running away with the MVP. Before he got hurt, he was the best big man and the best player by far in the league. In my opinion, I think the consensus believe that too. So look, I think the Sixers roster is talented enough, especially with the acquisition of having the big and Andre Drummond. He's a good backup big. I like that. Okay, they got Paul George, they got Eric Gordon, they got Reggie Jackson, they kept Kyle Lowry, they got Caleb Martin. This team is talented. Okay, this team should be good enough to go on without Joel Embiid on back-to-backs. Okay, as far as that goes now, him not playing back-to-backs, look, I've seen comments on this thread and just in general of like, hey, will he ever win an MVP? I think the time for him to have won an MVP was last year. That window was shut. Now that since he's gotten hurt, look, he's not playing preseason because of his knee. Okay, look, when the Sixers are all healthy, when Joel Embiid specifically is 100% healthy, not limping into the postseason, not hobbling through the postseason, you can make a legitimate chance the team can win a championship and get to the finals. I'm not going to say easily, but damn near basically easily, especially with the rise of Tyrese Maxey as well. Come on now, So, look, we're in this era of load management and player minutes restrictions and stuff like that, and has that really worked, right? LeBron James plays all these games, and he hasn't had major injuries, and he plays through. Some nights he'll take off, but for the most part, he's playing in a lot of these games, and he'll come into the postseason still looking fresh. Joel's a big dude. We understand that the injuries have just mounted, and the Sixers have invested a lot of money. He got another contract extension, and at some point, Joel Embiid is on I don't want to put him on championship watch per se, but conference finals / NBA finals watch. Someone as talented as him, got to get to an NBA finals, man. Got to. Joel Embiid, despite his injuries and everything, is one of the greatest, if not, in my opinion, the greatest big man to have ever played this game. Talent, from a talent perspective. All right, not going from a merit base, okay, not resume base, but just from the eye test. When he's healthy, the guy is virtually unstoppable. Even the Olympics, right? You saw glimpses of that here and there. At times he was featured, at times he wasn't, but he was still impactful. You know what I'm saying? So we've seen back-to-backs, players load in the era of load management and players taking rest and stuff like that not really pan out the way we think it does. You know what I'm saying? I mean, NBA, I mean, look, we know Kawhi Leonard is the genesis of this load management, or Greg Popovich and the Spurs, but I mean, has it really worked? You know, if you're an injury-prone player, you're an injury-prone player, and just go out there and play. You know what I'm saying? Play the back-to-backs, test your body, see what happens, man. You know, if you get injured, you get injured, because if he gets injured or gets hurt somehow and is not on the back-to-back, then what is there to blame then? You can't blame the schedule, you can't blame the minutes. You're just forever going to be a broken down player, which sucks though. So big expectation for the Sixers and Joel Embiid's health, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about what he had to say about never playing back-to-backs the rest of his career. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.